Hello YouTube, welcome to Proof Weight Loss Surgery Works. It is I, BandedWendy, your Friday vlogger. This week's topic is about hunger. Weight loss surgery and hunger. So as always, I like to encourage you to grab a pen and a trusty piece of paper, write down the question and give us your comments in the notes or make us a response video. It's a three-part question this week. The first question is, what is hunger like after weight loss surgery? 2, is it different now than when you were first a post-op patient? And 3, do you find it hard to maintain a low-calorie, high-protein diet? Well, starting off, I'm a lap band patient. March 23rd, 2009, I had a 10 cc Allergan lap band placed around my stomach. So I have a stoma. Right, so this is the full stomach. I have a lap band that makes me a tiny little stomach, and then this is the rest of my stomach. So the lap band is designed that food will enter in this first portion, the stoma, and it will slowly go through the cinched stomach where the band is to drop into the bottom stomach. This portion of my stomach is no bigger than this mouse when full, right? That holds 4 ounces of food, usually no more, depending on what type of food it is. So I had the lap band March 23rd, 2009. I'm 3 years and 3 months post-op. I started out at 244.6 pounds. My goal was to lose 99 pounds. I did that in 68 weeks. And I've been at my goal weight or less for 100 weeks, going to be hitting the 2-year mark real soon. So I have learned about hunger with my lap band, and I've also learned what foods work the best. Protein first is what I was told as a lap band patient. And so what is hunger like after weight loss surgery? Well, before weight loss surgery, I was always hungry. Whether it be physical or emotional, mental, I don't know. I was always looking for food. It wasn't so much about the quality of the food, it was about the quantity of the food, i.e. the reason I slapped a lap band around there and got myself a small stomach. I needed to understand and learn how to control my portions. So hunger now is a need. I'm pretty much very good at staying on a schedule. My band is tight in the morning. The lap band has saline that gets injected through a port, so it fills this up. So imagine those floaties, right, that go on kids' arms, and you blow them up and they get tighter and tighter around the arm. Well, it blowing up is putting saline in there. And most bariatric patients with the lap band, myself, there was no saline, no fill, no adjustment when my band was put in. So hunger, immediately post-op and kind of mixing the questions around was like I'd take a sip of broth and it felt like pre-BandedWendy eating an entire large pizza, which I used to do, right? But one sip of broth made it feel like that. So I guess I'll do these in backwards. When I was first post-op, that's what it was like. And that lasted for probably about 3 weeks where I could eat very little food and feel extremely satisfied. Did not want to take another bite. Was a little trepidatious about what I would eat, how much I would eat. I was very cautious. I didn't want to get sick. I didn't know what could happen to me if I ate too much, right? So I was very strict about following the protocol my surgeon gave me. I can remember making a video about somewhere between 4 and 6 months post-op, how I was packing food for work that I wasn't going to eat, but I felt like I needed it to be safe, to have the extra food. So the band whole concept is that you work on getting fills in the band so it gets tighter, so that you eat less often and you eat a smaller amount of food. So fills have a lot to do with hunger in the world of the lap band. You're supposed to be able to eat firm protein and protein first, and if you follow that, you should stay satisfied for 3 to 4 hours at a time. My doctor's rule about getting a fill or an adjustment is I wrote it down so I wouldn't say it incorrectly here. Let's see. If hunger is sooner than 3 to 4 hours, if your weight maintains maintains the same weight or goes up 3 weeks in a row, or if you can eat more than 8 ounces or 1 cup of food of firm protein at a time, you more than likely need a fill. I've had a lot of fills, a couple D-fills, and then back fills. As our bodies are shrinking inside, the lap band's getting looser, right? Because the stomach shrinks, and then the lap band gets looser. So as we lose weight, as our bodies reshape, we're going to need those fills, right? So you have various sweet spots, and that really controls everything that has to do with hunger about the lap band, right? So it's not like a lot of the other surgeries. I have control, which I really appreciate with my lap band, to take care of hunger. Even at goal weight, 3 years plus post-op, I had a fill in the last 4 months, right? And actually, it's, anyway, crazy about fills. But they're a great thing, and it's great to be in touch with your surgeon and have that follow-up and process. So from a hunger perspective, hunger is completely different with weight loss surgery than it was pre-weight loss surgery. I eat on a schedule. I am athletic, so I do know that I need to get a certain amount of food in me to have the energy, the fuel I need to exercise. I have my go-to foods. I stick with a plan. I've been eating the same breakfast for over 3 years. Greek yogurt and some variation with berries or granola, or I'll use half a banana or a quarter banana and make a shake with some non-fat milk with that whole combo. My lunch has always been pretty much the same, and it's usually 3 to 4 hours later. If I'm on my regular schedule that I'm hungry, and I'll go for shrimp, or I'll go for some type of beef. I'll go for canned tuna and oil. Canned tuna and water does not work with my lap band. Crab, I like crab, salmon, and I'll throw in on occasion some vegetables with that, but it's always protein first. And dinner is a repeat usually of lunch. I'll throw in a salad a lot of times with a lot of protein in the salad for dinner. And so, my band is tight, and I have what I call snacks, or my tea mistos. So the first thing in the morning is my misto, and it's really water because I'm not hungry, but I know I need to hydrate. And then about an hour or so after getting up, my body's like, okay, give me something. And that's when I have my tea misto, which has 10.9 grams of protein. And then an hour and a half or so after that, my body starts to get hungry. That's when I'll have my yogurt combination. Yogurt's a slider food, but I need that type of food with my band. And then I get hungry, usually within 2 to 3 hours of that, go for my firm protein. Another 2 to 3 hours go by, usually 3 to 4 hours actually, and I'll have some type of snack. A Baby Bell cheese is often what I go to, a string cheese, a hard-boiled egg, beef jerky, and then I work out. And then after my workout, my band's usually pretty tight. My body swells from the exercise, and I eventually will eat again in that world of firm protein. And then a few hours after that, 2.5, 3 hours, I'll have another tea misto. So every 3 to 4 hours I'm eating, usually between lunch and dinner is my longest gap. And I think that the Body Effects supplement I take for my exercise suppresses my hunger. I'm focused on exercising. I'm constantly drinking water, which fools my stomach into thinking it's satisfied and not hungry. So I plan to eat. If I'm not on a schedule, things are a little bit more crazy. I can go hours if I'm busy mentally and physically and not even think about food. And then it becomes ooh, I got a headache, or I feel a little sluggish. So I guess you could say I forget to eat on occasion, and then I have to go for protein, and I have to eat slowly. But hunger now is, I get a hunger pain, and it's a physical. I only eat when there's a physical hunger pain. 10% of the time, it may be a mental choice that I want to eat. I don't need a cookie. It's not protein first, but I want a cookie every once in a while, so I eat it. But that's usually not because I'm hungry. It's just because I want it. And really, pre-weight loss surgery, I didn't know what hunger was. I just ate all the time, anytime, whatever I wanted. And now I wait for the signal of my body to say, you're hungry. I eat until the signal of my stoma and my lap band say, stop eating, right? The physical hunger is gone. Another bite is going to be too much, right? Do I find it hard to follow the low-calorie, high-protein diet? No. I made protein first a habitual thing for me. It's my lifestyle. Do I have temptations? Do I go off track every once in a while? Absolutely. I'm normal. But because it's a habit and it's a lifestyle, it's real easy to make the next choice the right choice and pick protein first. So, you know, that's my answer to this week's questions. I hope that it all works out, that you understand what I'm talking about. But I think specifically with the lap band, you got to think about the fills, and you got to think about the type of food you're eating. Slider foods are not going to help any hunger. Really, they should, in my personal opinion, only be used when the band is tight in the morning or post-fill. Firm protein is the answer. I tell people, they're like, how do I stop eating carbohydrates? Don't. Eat a piece of lean meat. You will not want to eat anymore. You know, eat a can of tuna. You will not want to eat anymore. You won't even be able to eat the whole can. So now, hunger for me, I measure everything out. I try to stick at 4 ounces of food when it's lean protein. I can't get much more than that in my body. I think about food to fuel me rather than food for fun. And I pay attention to my stoma, my band, and my hunger. And if I'm making the right food choices, I'm satisfied for 3 to 4 hours until it's time to eat again. And my body tells me, hey, it's been 3 or 4 hours. And usually if I get a hunger pain, I look at the watch, I'm like, oh yeah, it's been 3 or 4 hours. It's time for me to eat. So thanks for watching. Look forward to seeing your video responses, and have a great day. Bye.